I don't really know what to talk about, to be honest. I don't think anything has happened in the last few days for me to warrant speaking about anything in terms of Doctor Who in particular. Oh yeah, apart from the fact that there's a new Doctor now. Let's probably talk about that. So, as I'm sure you all know, you've all seen the news, it has been announced that we have a brand new Doctor, and who is it? It's some unknown fella from like a really popular Netflix show with over 2.5 million followers on Instagram, but no one knows who he is. Honestly, some of the fucking journalism around this has been poor by British journalist standards, and that's fucking saying something. Now, I've got to admit, this casting literally came out of nowhere. I don't think anybody would have predicted this choice. I don't think anybody speculated about it. I don't think anybody expected the announcement to even happen the way that it did. It was very much just like, oh yeah, here's a couple of emojis. Does that mean he's the Doctor? Oh, it does. Oh, he is actually the Doctor. Okay, cool. I don't know if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing. I kind of like that there has been this almost organic response to it, as opposed to like, you need to sit down and watch this monumental moment where the new Doctor is revealed, like we've had with the last couple of times. I do quite like the more low-key element to it, and then obviously with them being at the BAFTAs together, they're going to talk about it, all that sort of stuff. So maybe it was because of the BAFTAs, I don't know. I think a lot of people were expecting it to be during the FA Cup final, but yeah, I quite like the announcement. I thought it was quite subtly handled, which, you know, I'm down for. But what do I think of the actual casting choice myself? Now, I've got to admit, personally, at this very moment, I don't see it. However, I do see the potential there because I know how good of an actor he is. If you've seen Sex Education, you know how great he is. Like, his character is one of the best in the show. His performances are some of the best in the show. His portrayal as Eric in that show is genuinely fantastic, and he definitely has the range of the Doctor. I think he can do the weird, quirky side of things, but he can fucking act. Let's not kid ourselves here. He can do the serious and the dramatic and everything like that. So whilst I don't look at him at the minute and see the Doctor, I think it's because I still see Eric from Sex Education, and that character is not even fucking close to the Doctor. But I think once we start seeing outfit reveals, once we start seeing trailers and like promo images and things like that, yeah, I think that it'll hit me. But as of right now, it's not a choice that I'm like, oh fucking hell, why? It's a choice where I'm like, that's interesting, and I'm not really sure what you're gonna do with it. And that's probably the thing that excites me. You know, you see certain actors like, let's go with Peter Capaldi as an example. Peter Capaldi, phenomenal actor, phenomenal Doctor. When he was revealed, I think everyone kind of had an idea in their head of, this is how he's gonna play it. Now, it might not have been 100% like everybody said or thought, but for me at least, as soon as I saw Peter Capaldi, I was like, I pretty much have a gist of how you're gonna do this. And for the most part, I was right. With this though, like I say, I have no idea what to expect, no idea how he's going to do it. I genuinely am thrilled to see this new portrayal because it is so unpredictable to me. And I know a lot of people have said, like, oh, he's too young. That is a weird thing. He is older than Matt Smith was, and he is the same age that Peter Davison was, but he looks so baby-faced, whereas Matt Smith, you know, he looked ancient, and that's not trying to be horrible to Matt Smith, but he had that sort of wisdom behind his eyes. I don't really see that yet either, but again, you know, once we start seeing proper images and costumes and things like that, maybe it'll change. I don't know. I'm hoping it will. I'm thinking it will. I'm definitely on board with this change and this casting. I'm not going to sit here and say like, it's shit, because it isn't. He's genuinely a top actor. He's genuinely got that potential there, and it's a very, very fucking left field choice, but I'm down for that. Give us something fresh. Give us something different. This is kind of the casting choice that I was hoping Russell would give us. Someone who, you know, has proven it elsewhere, but there's still a bit of a mystery there, I guess. Obviously, I have to just briefly talk about it. The amount of people banging on about how he's black. Fucking well done. Like, just by a total chance of a fluke of birth, this person has ended up with a certain skin colour. It's not like that happens to, you know, literally fucking everybody on the planet. So if you're looking at it and talking about the race, going like, oh my god, I'm so pissed off about this, or even if you're going like, oh my god, I'm so happy because he's black, like, get a fucking grip. It isn't important. It shouldn't be important, you know, in the negative sense and the positive sense. He's a great fucking actor. And like Russell said in his interview, that he just essentially stole the part from somebody else because he was that good in his audition. The skin colour of the actor should never come into it. The same way that, you know, the gender of the Doctor shouldn't come into it. And I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't guilty of that at the time, because I was. But that was 5 years ago. I'm a different person now, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, like, who gives a fuck? It shouldn't be a big deal. It shouldn't be important. And the fact that I'm even talking about it myself isn't helping the fucking thing. But it is what it is. You're always going to get people like that who are overly negative about stuff like that, or overly positive about stuff like that. And to me, both of them make just as little sense. That's just me. What I'm trying to say is, I don't give a fuck what he looks like, or his sexuality, which is another thing that's been brought into it. It don't fucking matter. Where you want to put your penis is your own business, no bugger else's. So stop talking about that as well. But I must admit, I have been pleasantly surprised at how generally positive this news has been received. It feels like the majority of people are on board with it. It feels like, yeah, you've had a couple of arseholes bang on about pointless shit, but it seems like everyone's sort of gone, yeah, okay, I like this. This is good. I'm excited. Which is great. It feels like one of the few times that Doctor Who is, or at least the fandom in Doctor Who, has been positive. You know, it feels like people are coming together again. People are happy again. People are excited. And that's something I never thought we'd see. And obviously the last video that I did, I was talking about my hopes for this next era of Doctor Who, and that was one of them. So if we can keep that up, and the stories are good, and he's great, and, you know, Russell hits the ground running with his writing and everything like that, cool. We're gonna have a fucking whale of a time, aren't we? So, the 14th Doctor, everybody. What do you think? Love him, hate him, whatever it is, let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe for more. Social media and Patreon links will be in the description as always. So if you would follow me on any of those things, I'd absolutely love you forever. But until next time, guys, you take care of yourselves. Goodbye.